Skiff sails Sodor. Skiff was a little sailboat who loved to race. He especially liked racing against Diesel, with Diesel on the land and Skiff in the sea. One day while they were racing, Skiff hit a rock, which made a hole in his side. "Don't worry, Skiff, we'll get you out on dry land and all fixed up," said Diesel. "No, I don't want to go there," replied Skiff. He hated being out of the water. But with the hole in his side, Skiff was starting to sink. So Cranky picked him up out of the water and loaded him onto a flatbed truck for Thomas to pull to the repair dock. Thomas rushed off with Sandy and Carly helping him out. After a little while, Skiff started to feel queasy. The tracks were too smooth for him. He missed the wavy sea. Carly plopped Skiff into a little lake to rest, while Thomas thought of a plan. Thomas took the bumpiest route he could find, and Skiff loved it. It was just like being on the wavy sea. But after a while, Thomas started feeling queasy. Suddenly, Sandy had a brainwave. "Be right back," said Sandy. She rushed back to the maintenance yard to make something to help. She came back with a special set of wobbly wheels for Skiff. They wobbled and bounced as they moved, so Skiff would feel like he was on the wavy sea when he was riding the rails on land. Skiff was ready to try it out, so he challenged Diesel to a race. "Wahoo!" shouted Skiff. Now Skiff could zoom across the land as happily as he zoomed across the sea. "By land or sea, no one faster than me," cheered Skiff. "Can you help the engines with their counting?" "Excellent. Here's Percy. He's got some ice lollies. But how many?" "1, 2, 3. There are 3 lollies. Which one do you think looks the most tasty?" Now here comes Kana. Can you see what she wants us to help count? Yes, that's right. Footballs. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 footballs. Thomas has some juicy strawberries, but he's not sure how many. Shall we help him too? Okay, let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thomas has 4 strawberries. Diesel is collecting ice creams, but how many ice creams are waiting to be collected by Diesel? 1. There is only 1 ice cream. He better deliver it quickly before it starts melting. Nia has sunglasses, but how many? Count with me. 1, 2. Nia is delivering 2 pairs of sunglasses. The engines are all working hard, but so are you. So let's relax with another story. Today, Thomas is visiting Brazil. Batucada. Early one morning, Thomas was collecting trucks from the docks in Brazil. As he worked, he could hear music floating on the breeze. "Do you hear that? It's called Batucada. It's Brazilian party music," said Gabriella, smiling. Thomas was very excited to hear that there was a carnival. He picked up his trucks and set off. The cogs and gears on his flatbed made a rhythmical clanking and clonking sound as he chugged along. "I'm making some really great sounds today," grinned Thomas. A bit further down the tracks, Thomas met a real-life Batucada band. "We missed our train. Can you give us a ride to the carnival?" asked the band leader. Thomas agreed straight away. The band hopped into the brake van, and as soon as Thomas started moving, they started playing. "Nice beat," said the band, when they heard Thomas's car go clanking and clunking. Thomas imagined himself as a one-train band playing music as he sped along. Thomas dropped off the band and agreed to go back and join in the carnival once he had delivered his cargo. But as he returned, Thomas realised he wasn't making any noise. He rushed back to the yard and looked for something else he could pull that would make a good noise. He found a rusty old tanker that made a hollow noise when he knocked it. "That'll do," said Thomas. The tanker knocked and groaned as Thomas pulled it. It wasn't a nice noise. Back at the carnival, all the band covered their ears when they heard Thomas coming. The tanker screeched and shook as it was pulled. "I delivered my musical truck and had to find another so I could join in," said Thomas. "You don't need that rusty old thing," said the band leader. "How else will I join in?" asked Thomas. "With your whistle," replied the band leader. Thomas started the carnival with a loud peep, and the band and all the dancers joined in. Thomas and all his friends have followed a rainbow to the very top of Lookout Mountain. These two pictures may look the same at first, but there's actually 6 differences in the picture on the right. Do you think you can spot them all in 30 seconds? Have a go. If you need more time, just pause the video. Good luck! Only 15 seconds left. And here are all 6 differences. How many did you manage to spot? Oh, very well done. Now let's find out why James is in such a sulky mood. Pouty James. James is a very proud engine who loves showing off. One day he showed off too much and it got him into big trouble. Instead of stopping gently at stations for his passengers to get off, James stopped too early, too late, or not gently enough. So his passengers were rocked and jolted around. James wasn't concerned by the passengers' complaints, but Sir Topham Hatt was. "I think it's high time you changed your attitude, and until you do, I'm taking your coaches away," said Sir Topham Hatt. James was upset and started sulking straight away. He wouldn't leave his shed the next day, and spent all day pouting, with his bottom lip sticking out. "What's the matter?" asked Thomas. "Sir Topham Hatt said I need to change my attitude," replied James. Thomas agreed, and this made James even more pouty. The other engines thought his pouty face was very funny. Eventually James got bored and decided to do some jobs. Sir Topham Hatt had ordered him to pull the waste trucks. "Smelly waste trucks!" shouted James in shock. James reluctantly started pulling the waste trucks, but he did it very slowly and very sulkily. At the end of the day, Sir Topham Hatt came to see James again. "James, I have had almost as many complaints about you today as I had yesterday," said Sir Topham Hatt. He told James to change his attitude. At first, James couldn't see anything wrong with his attitude, but Thomas and Emily showed him what his pouty face looked like by doing funny impressions of him. "No engine is better at making a pouty face than James is," laughed Thomas. James laughed along with his friends and cheered up. From then on, James started pulling his trucks without complaining or being rude. Night-night. Now it's time to answer a few questions about the last 2 stories you heard. Question 1. Which country is the story Batucada set in? Was it set in Brazil? Or was it set in China? Yes, Batucada was set in Brazil. Question 2. Who does Thomas give a ride to in the story Batucada? Did he give a dog a ride? Or did he offer a ride to a band? That's right, Thomas offered the Batucada band a lift to the carnival. Question 3. Who is annoyed by James's behaviour in the Pouty James story? Was Sir Topham Hatt annoyed? Or was Thomas annoyed? That's right, Sir Topham Hatt was very annoyed with James's attitude. That's all we have time for now, but come back again soon. Goodbye. If you liked what you heard, please consider leaving a like below as well as commenting and subscribing. And you can also press the bell next to the subscribe button so that you never miss a video. See you again soon. Bye.